Hello, this is Blue Storm Wyvern, and I'm storming at you with a new review, and today I'm bringing you the finally released Bracer edition of the Trails in the Sky First Chapter Remake, which, well, because here's the thing, this is actually the European Collector's Edition, because I got it off of eBay, but I also bought the Steelbook edition that was by itself, and I'm giving the European edition to a co-worker, so I have the American release inside the box here. So to get things started, looking at the picture, of course you see Estelle front and center, and then right behind her you get Tita and Princess Claudia, and right over there you can see Jin, or Zen, however you want to call him. He's right there. On this side, you get Olivert and Shara. And on this side, you get Joshua with the Arce right up top there. Excuse me. On a very nice backdrop here. This is, I love this picture. I actually made myself a calendar of the Legend of Heroes for 2026. For my own personal use, of course. And this is the picture I used for January. So to continue on, taking a look at what's inside here. Get the, well, of course I have the English, well, the American version of the game in there. But there's all that. And down at the bottom here, get some screenshots from the game. And I am so glad that they actually got the original English cast to do this. And of course, I just recently saw the pre-orders for the second chapter. And right there is the Griffalcon. Sieg. That's his name, Sieg. So now that the sleeve is off, take a look at this. Got a similar backdrop here, and you got one of the towers. And right at the bottom, you got a, looks like the entrance to one of the towns you visit. With some trees, and right there you have the Sky First Chapter logo, and right there is some more of that, and got the logo right there again. Okay, so, and of course it says Bracer Edition. So here's the American one with the steelbook, and you got the Arce right up the top there, and I guess just some birds. Shake up. So here is the standard casing for the game with Estelle and Joshua on the cover with the Arce up top. And here is the steelbook, which I'm sure a lot of us have seen at this point. And you got Estelle, Joshua, and Chloe right there with the Arce up top. And on the back here, you get everybody else. So you got Tita, you got Agate, Jin, Shara, and Olivert. Or as he's called, Olivier in this. There's no writing on the spine. And inside, you got there's the crest for Liberl. You see a little bit of Erebonia. There's the disc. Take that out, and you can see Calvard there. There is that. And of course, right here you can see some mechanics going on with their from their orbments. And of course, the DLC. Which I will put in, but I probably won't use it. Okay. And so, continuing on, here is the music box. It's supposed to play The Whereabouts of Light. And you can open it up. See all the little mechanics. Yeah, and they only made 1,500 of this collector's edition. So, I mean, and of course they're being sold. Get this, and it has the, you get a little bracer pin, which is really cool. I think the only ones I'm missing are the SSS badge, the crossbow logo, the Arabonia logo, the Thor's logo, the insignia for Calvard. And here is a map of Liberl. Well, I don't really want to open it because it is huge. And here is, next up is the soundtrack. And it has 11 tracks. So that's good. And there's the Liberlian logo there, the Liberlian insignia. And there is the disc. I'm sitting in a chair that's not very comfortable to sit in. Okay. And this is a journal that you can just pretty much have for your own use for whatever you want to use it for. As far as this point in time, I don't really have any use for it, but so it'll just stay in the box till I do decide to use it for something. And here's the art book with everybody on the pretty much everybody on the cover, and it's hardcover. And on the back is a Liberlian palm, Gung Ho, Falcom, and Limited Run. The Roland clock tower. First we got Estelle. You can pause to read. Yeah, I ordered this back in October. So there was Joshua, and here's Shara. Well, good. They even have the English voice actors. So there's the one for Shara. And if you don't know who Michelle Ruff is, you'll know her if you're familiar with Bleach. She was Rukia. And of course, Joshua is voiced by Johnny Young Bosch, whom you probably know from Bleach as Ichigo, and Sasori from Naruto, and he was also the second Black Ranger on Mighty Morphin. Adam. Here's Olivier. Agate. Back in his slightly younger days, before we see him in Cold Steel 4. Chloe, aka Princess Claudia. Christina V, aka Christina Valenzuela. If you've watched Familiar of Zero, she is Louise. And you got Tita, back when she was a little younger. Brianna Knickerbocker is who voices her. And Jin, the bracer from Calvard. You got Cassius. Ina. Mayor Klaus. Who's this guy right here. Niall, the reporter, and his assistant Dorothy. And Professor Alba, aka the Faceless. We got Mayor Maybell, Lugren, who's this guy, Lila, the maid. Then you have the three Capua siblings. John, and of course Duke Doonan. There's Butler Philip, this guy. Then you have the matron and the orphans, Polly, who's this little girl here, Mary, matron Teresa, Clem and Daniel. There's Clem, Daniel. And then you have these guys, Dean, Rocco, and Rice, Mayor Dalmore, of course Gilbert and Dean Collins, who's the one who looks like Dumbledore there. And then we got Gustav, Mao, Elman, Queen Alicia, Mueller, and Hilda. There's Mueller. Sorry, my hand's getting numb. And we have the Liberalian Army. We got Lieutenant Lawrence, aka Louvet, Colonel Richard, this guy, and his assistant, Captain Amalthea, this woman here. Then you have General Morgan and Major Sid. A lot of characters. Then you have the other bracers, Grant, another Kurt, Annalise, and Karna. And Karna's this woman here. Then you have some more supporting cast. Excuse me. So we have Alyssa, Ricky, who is Anton's friend, another Tio, and Anton himself. And we get into the locations. So there's the town of Roland, there's the Bright House, we got, so that was Roland, this is Bose. Then we have Rouen, Zeiss, which is Tita's hometown. Gransel, the royal capital. Then you have the Liberalian crest, the Bracer Guild crest, and the Ouroboros crest. And there's the excuse me, there's the Arce. And that's it. So, there you have the contents. Excuse me, I'm going to just kind of adjust everything here. And also take a quick look at the box. You got Estelle and Joshua right there on the lid with the Bracer logo and that message there. So you can pause to read that. And inside you get another map. But in any case, there it all is. The Trails in the Sky, first chapter remake, Bracer edition. Again, I bought this back in October, so this European version was the only one available. But I did get the, again, I did get the American Steelbook edition by itself. So there it all is in all its glory. So there you go. So as always, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time.